How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews. Back with little mystery beers up in this piece. Courtesy of my boy, Tom. Yes, Tom from New Hampshire. There we go. Mystery beers. People send me beers, I pour them, I drink them. We'll see what's what. What do we got going on here? That's kind of interesting. Classic mystery beer stylings with this sweet painter's tape and paper towel. Man, what is that? I mean, to me, it just looks like barley wine or brown ale. You don't see a ton of barley wine in cans, but that's not unheard of. It could be a sour. It could be like a English ale, like a shilling ale, old ale, something along those lines. So she looks malt forward, is what I'm saying. Rich kind of khaki colored head, just north of that, actually. And just this soft haze on this nice brown ale. Yeah, quite interesting. Let's see what the nose has. Oh, that's sweet, but not barley wine sweet, but it's not Doppelbock sweet. What is that? What style is this? Just Imperial Brown Ale? Is that what I'm dealing with here? Just rich. Almost like adjunct added sweetness to it in the form of either like a not maple syrup, could be like a brown sugar base kind of component. Is this an American style Belgian beer? Could this be? I could see that. There's a big brown bready note to it. So you get that bready component you typically get off Belgians. There's this big sweet component. It doesn't come off like traditional Belgian candied sugar. It comes off a little bit more like an Americanized brown sugar base to a Belgian. Yeah, I mean, she smells sweet. She smells malty. Not much as far as bittering goes. Maybe a little bit of tannic hops, and that's pretty much it. I mean, she smells... Not gonna lie to you. It smells pretty damn good, to be perfectly honest with you. So, let's see what we got going on here. Let's dive in. Cheers. Man, that's sweet. Man, that's sweet. It's gotta be somebody's Belgian. Somebody's Belgian quad, but it just comes off as an Americanized version of that. I might stop. Flip the script on this one. It's somebody's Doppelbock. Which kind of makes sense. The only reason why I just paused and went for Doppelbock there was because that last sip right after, right before I did my little pause there, I got this lager funk pop to it. There's a big sweetness to it, which can make sense for a Doppelbock. So she's got a big sweetness going on, big bready notes to her, and then you got that little pop of that lagery funk. So it kind of makes me think it's somebody's version of a Doppelbock. Very sweet, a lot of residual sugar. I'm guessing this is probably going to be closer to 10% in alcohol, but in all reality, this is probably closer to 7% in alcohol. So somebody's Core 4, right? There's nothing added to this, is there? Yeah, Core 4. Like I said, it's going to be like closer to 10. I'm going to guess what they thought it would be. A 9.3% Core 4 Doppelbock, made by an American brewery. Done and done. So let's see what the sucker has to offer. Yeah, it's just a little bit too sweet for my liking. Like I said, it tastes like an under attenuated and just didn't finish. So it still has those kind of Doppelbock vibes, but it just comes off a little bit too residual sugar. It's like think of a New England style IPA, but in Doppelbock format, kind of like that. So yeah, at least not every New England style IPA, but what a lot of people produce. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, yeah, we have Alchemist. This is their Schupplader. This is a lager. It's 8%. German style Doppelbock. It was brewed with German, Munich, and Vienna malts and hopped with German Herbstärke. This beer was aged beautifully in lager temperatures. The Alchemist. And as far as timing goes, or dating goes, I looked anyway, because, you know what? No, that's bullshit. What? Wait. I was going to be like, hey, it's fucking Alchemist. They don't date their cans. Yeah, they do. They actually just started dating their cans not too long ago. Apparently this one missed the boat. But a couple things here. One, label-wise, I dig it. I always like these kind of hop leaf, hop cone kind of labels from Alchemist. But if you see, there's an embossing of that underneath this black. It just comes off really cool, really sexy, and just something about it. It's just a little bit more refined version of what you typically get from Alchemist. Beer-wise, I ended up settling for a Doppelbock. It just comes off way too sweet for me. I love Doppelbocks. One of my favorite styles of all time. I'm actually blown away by how reserved the hop additions are in this, so kudos to John on this. 8% is probably exactly where it was. I was kind of guessing a little bit higher because I feel like that sweetness wasn't purposeful. It was a little bit more residual sugar than anything else. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not going to sit here and say this is disgusting beer. It's just, it comes off way too sweet for me for Doppelbock. I want my Doppelbocks obviously to be malt forward, but there's a difference between malt forward and sweet. And this just comes off a little bit too sweet for me. Like I said, just like it didn't finish all the way or something like that. But it definitely gave me those Doppelbock vibes. Took me a minute to kind of get around the corner and get there. But it obviously was doing what it wanted to do because I ended up there. But I'll tell you what, if I never got that quick pop of that lager vibe, and that like third or fourth sip, I don't think I would have went Doppelbock. I think I would have stuck with my guns on a Belgian, even though it didn't have that fruit characteristic that you'd expect from a Belgian beer. The way that sweetness came off, it came as more of a candied sugar addition more than an under attenuation, and just had all the other components that worked that way. So listen, in the grand scheme of things, I think a lot of people might like this because, like I said, a lot of the beers in today's hazy world end up being a lot of residual sugar beers, so it probably applies or leans to a direction a lot of people like to go in. But in the more traditional styles, I do like them being a little bit more tight and tidy in a very traditional sense, and this one's just a little bit too sweet for me, albeit something fun and a really fun mystery beer. So thank you very much, dude. It's super cool of you to send off. And yeah, let's talk about it. One of the better Doppelbocks I've had as of late. Even with my kind of poo-pooing on it, it's in the conversation, lower to the bottom, only because it's an American unique take on a Doppelbock. It's just outside of what I typically like. Value and availability, it's Alchemist. What is it? It's going to be $13 for a 4-pack at the brewery, even though you can't go to the brewery anymore because of the whole COVID, and leave you with, if you like what, we like this. Oh, rewind. Which means you might see this in distribution because all Alchemist stuff is going to distro during these times. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like Doppelbocks, if you like new school beers, if you like sweeter beers, but you like the traditional style beers, then this is definitely worth a pickup. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Alchemist right now, and hope to see you next time. Cheers.